Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Tales from Glaciava here on Heroes and Hooligans. Last week, our crew of chaotic individuals decided to board a ship, steal vague information, some light breaking and entering, murder a rodent of completely normal size, and here we are in the morning. Chaos Crew, take it away.
We don't know anyone by that name. We prefer people of extreme organization.
When
Speak for
you
yourself.
when you actually take the time to make plans so I can plan a session, then you can claim that. Until then, no.
We did make plans. Maeve and I are going to go find some children.
No, you're not finding the children. You're wanted for murder.
Oh, right. But you're the one who did the murder.
I'm not the one wanted for it, though. Nev, we talked about this. You can't get caught murdering people. When you do, you have to lay low until we can go and talk to our friend and get it all sort of dealt with. Grenmore, he handles these types of things for us sometimes.
Fine.
With all this talk about murder and laying low and connections and everything, I'm beginning to have the sneaking suspicion that y'all are criminals.
Maven, at least none of us play bagpipes. Also, I've never committed a crime in my life.
Yeah, that's sort of a horrible thing to say, Maven, consider that you're one of the people wanted for murder right now, while me and Raz are not.
I didn't murder anyone. I specifically attacked in a way that would just render them unconscious and not with any kind of lasting wound.
What I heard
How
is
dare you call me a criminal, Maven? Do you want to fight me? Because I'll fight you.
Well, okay, maybe not you, Nev, but the rest of you make it sound like you commit crimes.
Have you ever seen me
with
commit
high
a crime,
frequency.
Maven?
I'm beginning to wonder if I have and just wasn't aware.
Maven. You beautiful, beautiful dumb boy.
It's true, I am beautiful, dumb, and a boy.
I have never once in my life committed a crime. I'm just a young man making his way in Glaciava the way that he knows how, and my friend Nev here has been falsely accused of a murder which maybe you committed and framed her for, but despite that, we're here to help you and keep you from getting in trouble. Fortunately for you, you're supposed to meet with our friend, who we know, Grenmore, but on the way, Cassandra promised we would figure out who's robbing people in town. And, if you'll remember, the other night, some children tried to rob me. But unfortunately for them, I caught them. But out of the goodness of my heart, I let them go into the dark. I would never hurt a child.
But you would hurt adults?
Have you ever seen me hurt any adults?
Well, okay, yeah, that's fair. The first fight that we were in, you got completely wrecked by a dart. So I suppose that's fair. I hadn't
I'm
considered
not
that.
a violent person, Maven. Unless, we need to pretend that I'm violent so that the other demons will leave you alone.
Yeah, and you do seem to fly off at the sign of danger as well. So that's you know what? I'm slowly coming around. That seems true.
Anyway, so we have to. What time did you have to meet Grenmore, Maven?
I do not remember, and that's terrible. This is Mort speaking, not Maven. I do not remember if I got that information.
Or say noon.
Oh, okay. I believe around lunchtime, actually.
Lunch. That gives us plenty of time to. Well, first we need to find the children because I think that in order to help Grenmore be open to the idea of you assisting the police force, we may need to bring him something that'll make his bosses happy. What do you think, Cassandra?
Yeah, I guess we can go and find the children right now. However, I don't want to deal with any children. I think, honestly, Maven and Nevea would be probably the most encouraging people to talk to these children rather than us.
That is fair. I am very good at encouraging others.
So my concern there is that I'm the only one who's seen these children. And I'm the one who understands the rules that these children are supposed to follow but don't follow. Again, guys, it's important that we follow the rules. Nev will tell you all about the rules that we need to follow.
Didn't you only see like one child, the one that tried
There's
to
one
rob
more
you?
that you saw.
I'm pretty sure we all saw that happen. You're just like 20 feet ahead of us during that time.
You can't see it in the dark. I can't.
I have dark vision. Can you see in the dark?
Yeah, of course I can.
Well, then there you go. And I'm pretty sure almost all of us here have dark vision also. You're telling me you can describe us the exact features of that child right now?
Yeah. You can't? I thought you said you saw him.
Intelligence check, please. See how well you remember this child.
Natural 20.
He was like a skinny kid. He had brown hair.
That's all you got.
Uh,
You didn't see his clothes were like a little bit worn. You know
has
that
the
he was
same-
wearing.
He has the same clothes that all these human poor children wear. They all look alike.
Maven holds his hand in front of his eyes and goes, "Oh, I do have dark vision. I could read the coin in my hand."
Good job, Maven. However, I think that I probably saw this kid very, very much better than you, even though I was standing about 20 feet back. Okay, and there's a whole bunch. Yep, there's a whole bunch of other children around here who aren't poor and who are probably still wearing the almost the same tattered clothes. Also, we don't know if these children are stealing clothes at all either.
Grenmore is not going to care about that.
Maybe he
care
should.
about that.
See.
We need to get these kids some better clothes. We should find them. And tell them that stealing's wrong.
That's a great idea. We can clothe the children, and that way the children are warm and safe from the elements. And also, I can collect a child outfit in case we need to do any kind of performance that involves a child.
Why are you going to steal a child's clothes, Maven?
No. I'm not saying steal the clothes from a child. I'm saying wherever we get these clothes, we'll purchase an extra set, and then that way I am ready for the theater whenever we require. Well, I guess a child would have a higher pitched voice. Prepare for the theater.
Maven, I think you'll be very busy being an officer of the law. I don't know if you're going to have time to be impersonating children.
I mean, I won't be impersonating officers forever. Like, this isn't my only career for the rest of my life. Got to plan for the future.
You won't be impersonating one. You're going to be one.
Right. Churned by the gritty muck and criminality of this dark city.
Oh, hold on. Are we trying to have Maven get on the Twitch case? Is that what we're trying to do here with this whole impersonate a cop thing?
I've already been on the case, short stack. I've been studying from wherever the town was that I came from, Red Guard, I think. And I followed the lead here, and I am determined to find the kingpin of this ring.
Exactly.
I
See,
need my revenge.
He's going to find the person who makes the Twitch, and then we're going to make that person go to jail.
Quick question.
Yeah.
If we're wanted for murder, can't having somebody, who talks to the cops be a good thing for us? Can't you just tell the cops that somebody else did it?
Nev, they say you're not smart, but they don't know you like I do.
Literally nobody has ever said she isn't smart.
Somebody
Listen,
tried once.
People
And
say
then
it
I
behind your
introduced
back
them
all
to
the
my
time,
store.
Cassandra.
Listen, Dame, it's not murder when you're on the clock. Sometimes you have to make choices, and unfortunately, sometimes the consequences are not always pleasant. It's not murder when you're doing it in the name of the law.
Did he just say he killed the kid? Because that's what I heard.
A kid, an adult, a dog, whatever it takes to get to the bottom of the case. It's what we do.
A rat?
Maven, I think we need to work on you not talking as much. Okay? Shorten your sentences down just a wee bit. You're playing a cop. They're not supposed to be that intelligent to begin with either. So you saying all these huge long words might give you away. Just like back in the ship.
That's true. I'm sorry. I was slipping into my detective persona, but no, you're absolutely right. Regular guards are not nearly as talkative. They're far too busy. Thank you. I appreciate that note.
No problem. And another note, you said you're from Haveron. I don't know if you forgot where you're from or anything like that, but that's where you're from.
Okay.
He's from
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to
Harboron.
remember your lines.
The
Harboron.
mainlander bumpkinry that he's from is called Harboron, Cassandra.
Yes. Bumperon. No, Harboron. Harboron. Yeah.
Listen, I've memorized something much more than he did right there. Additionally, I think Flint needed somewhere to be today, and I kind of wanted to tag along with him.
Yes, Raz, do you by chance know where a library is?
A what?
A place of books.
It's
Books.
where you read and you get smart and good at stuff. Like, yeah. Education.
Who would go to a library? There's nothing there worth borrowing.
Raz, you would know that there's a small library where honestly there's just nothing too important there, but if you talk to the right people, you can get certain scrolls and books that the public would prefer the common folk not to have.
So, I would never be caught dead in one of these places. It would be terrible for my reputation, and Nev would never forgive me for being seen with a book. But I know a place where there are books.
Sweet.
And I know a place where we can find out if there are the types of books I think you're looking for, Chris.
Well, you see, I'm broke, so we need a place where I can just learn these things.
Yeah, Cassandra, was there a word for finding these kids, or are we just doing the police's job for them for no reason?
I'm pretty sure once we go back and we tell them, especially Arnold, he's the one that told us that we possibly could get a war permit. If not, at least some deals on some of the things that are in the market. I'm pretty sure they're all friends with each other there.
Pretty sure and probably. Nev, what do we know about pretty sure and probably?
Hey, Flint, how much would your book of spells cost, would you say?
That would be entirely determined on the spell, components needed, and ink and paper.
Little bit of knowledge. I don't really care about the cost of spell components unless it's a really high level spell. So you can ignore that. You just have to worry about the paper and ink.
So very expensive.
Would 15 gold get you the components that you need? Do you think?
If we add 35 to that, possibly.
Oh, unfortunately I don't have quite that much, but
Well, Flint, we just need to get you the book. I don't think you need to be doing the spell anytime soon anyway.
I have the
So-
spell book. I just need new spells.
I
Something
think
for
these-
more repertoire.
I think those nerds who are over in the normal bookstore can probably point you to the right type of place. Some people are not known to be as high moral as me, and would slum in back alley places. And I'm really good at recognizing those types, Chris. So I think I could perhaps take you guys there.
Would they have cheaper spells?
Maybe. That's really up to you. Is the word on what I've heard from nerds in taverns is that like they all use their own types of inks to write books, to write their spells. So it's up to you how much your particular brand costs. But we do need to do something about Nev. We can't leave her here all day. She gets bored, and when she gets bored, you come back and your bed's chopped in half. And then
Gotta
I'll
practice with my sword somehow.
and then I'll point over at a place where there's a broken bed that's cut in half. And our girl stands out in the crowd.
It's not my fault all of you guys are shrimps.
Wait, you haven't given her a makeover like you did Flint over here?
She's 8 feet tall.
Stand on the broken bed then. You can fly. What are you talking about? You can fly.
It's not the disguising her, it's that we cannot change how tall she is. That's the part that's difficult. How many 8 feet tall people do you think are in this town right now, Cassandra?
I'm just saying with the right spell, I could change how tall she is.
Please
Okay.
don't.
It wouldn't be permanent, Nev. It would just be long enough for us to
I
go
don't
and
trust
talk to
him.
Grenmore. Chris is a good sort. He's wanted for murder too. If you get caught, you can always take him down with you.
On the other hand, if I get caught, I won't take you down with me.
Yeah, because you're afraid of her. She's big and strong.
I mean, to be fair, we're all afraid of her because she's big and strong. No offense, Nev.
Why would I be offended? I am big and strong.
See?
Okay, so in the meantime, we need to do what we can to hide. You're so tall, Nev. What if we do your hair differently so that it looks less feminine and more like a man who's a warrior?
Why?
because they're looking for a woman Goliath for murder, not for a male one. And it's a lot harder to sell you as not a Goliath because you are so tall.
No, don't like this plan.
Nev, we've been over this. Sometimes you're going to have to hide who you are. You can't always just be yourself.
Yes, I can. I like myself. I am the best there is.
Yeah, I agree. You're fantastic, Nev. But sometimes you have to pretend, or else cops who aren't as friendly with us as Grenmore take you and they put you in jail, and then I have to figure out how to break you out. And this himbo is not going to be very helpful at that until we get him into the police.
Ugh. Fine.
Can't we just talk to him and get the charges dropped or something?
What time is it right now? Is it still like early in the day?
It's like, I would say in the process of waking up, getting ready, disguising, all that. I'd say it's, or say it's about 10. So you only have to kill like maybe 2 hours at most.
Okay. So let's experiment with Neve's hair and these world travelers who've been around to see what we can do in terms of taking her hair and making it look mannish and warriorly rather than the distinctly feminine hairstyle that she clearly has.
Wait, am I the himbo?
Yes.
Huh. Cool.
Dude, even I do that.
So you're suggesting to take a pair of scissors to her hair right now?
No, we're just going to style it differently. You'd be surprised what you can do with a hairstyle and a bad attitude.
Well, then let's see it. Do you want to do the honors then of styling her hair?
Okay. Yeah, what do I need to roll for this disguise?
I will say you can use dexterity.
Okay. So dexterity 10.
From a distance, I mean, obviously the figure's still female, but I mean, the hair's kind of. That could maybe be a dude. You don't know.
Never remember. If anyone asks, punch them. That's what guys love to do.
You're telling the person who's wanted for murder right now to punch somebody if they question her hairstyle.
In Inferno, I'd tell Cassandra she was going to punch them anyway.
Yeah, even I catch that might be viewed as problematic by some.
She was going to punch them anyway, Cassandra. I promise you.
Well, I don't know. I feel like if we, from this up close, can still see that it's her, I'm pretty sure she's not gonna trick other people.
You guys could maybe give her a cloak, and you might be able to at least make it through part of the day, provided people don't look too closely.
Why don't we try it like this? And I'm gonna try to fix Roz's mistake and do it a little bit better.
Okay.
Mistake? How dare you?
What was the roll again?
Make a dex, and if you have proficiency with disguise kits, you can add.
I do. She does not.
I can for this time if I wanted to.
Do you want to burn that right away?
I was gonna say, and Maven go ahead and pulls out his bagpipes and is gonna go ahead and just play a little ditty just for practice and grant bardic inspiration.
Okay.
So
Now,
that's an extra d6.
okay, go ahead and roll.
Okay. And sorry. What did you say this was? Deception?
Dex. So,
Oh, Dex? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That was 17 on just that roll. And what was it? A D6?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's a 6. So
Yeah,
23?
Raz clearly has no experience in being a hairdresser. You know more of what you're trying to do, and that takes a few minutes, and voila. You think Nev could pass through the streets? And
I
not
just-
get-
I just sort of step back from my masterpiece and like kind of nudge Maven, and I kind of go, see? Doesn't that look a lot better than what Roz was trying to go? And I say kind of quietly, but also loud enough for Roz to hear.
Hey Roz, she did way better than you did. It's really cool. Look at this. It's spectacular. Can't even tell.
Yeah, that looks pretty wonderful, and I'll give Cass a fist bump.
Now, as you guys are sitting there and kind of admiring the good work Cassandra did, Maven, your bagpipes, it kind of drew some attention from someone wandering nearby. Would our new player like to make an introduction as he kind of goes to check out what the noise is?
Great.
What is this? What is this?
Oh, he seems friendly. I'm sure nothing bad will happen from us talking with this individual. Greetings, fellow traveler. Oh, wait, am I supposed to be a cop at this point?
Oh my god. I fly up into the rafters and pull my hand crossbow out.
I go ahead and fly up to Droid Raz and be like, oh, is he one of those bad people?
Hello? Why are you flying?
Oh, I just wanted to
Nev,
follow
grab
what he
him.
did.
I go to grab him.
Okay, these are grapple checks. Make opposed athletics or acrobatic checks.
I appreciate the change of view.
I got a 25.
Am I being attacked?
Apparently.
I don't know, buddy. Are you trying to attack us? And I kind of get behind Nevaeh, just put her in the middle between us and this stranger.
I'm hanging on to him now.
I'll walk up and shake his hand. Nice to meet you.
Flit, get your butt back here.
Well, he wasn't hostile towards us or anything.
We're in a hidden place, and he just walked in.
I mean, how hidden could it be? He was playing those bagpipes fairly loud.
That's true. The bagpipes are not a quiet instrument.
Well, let me put it this way. Instead of running away from the bagpipes, he came towards them.
Yeah, honestly, that seems kind of suspicious. And
Yeah, that is actually very true, and I'm gonna wipe my hand off it really quickly.
They are a glorious instrument. I am sorry that you do not have the ears to appreciate them.
I wish I
Whose
did.
ears do we have to steal to appreciate them?
You know, I want to be mad, but that's actually really funny.
I thought you were against thievery.
I mean, obviously, yeah, we shouldn't actually literally steal ears, but I wasn't thinking that that's what Nevaeh meant.
It's called a joke, Chris.
Yeah.
Nev,
Vindy, if
Nev,
you
who's our friend?
try making an escape from this grapple while they are busy chatting, you can do so.
I'm caught. What is this?
Who are you?
They call me Vindy, aber I am the follower of the very stern god. You may call him the Star God. If you need the healing of the boo-boos, I have the happiness to help. You're criminals.
No.
We are not criminals.
Hey, buddy, there's already a healer on this team.
I'm
And his
being
name is
attacked.
Maven.
I think they prefer the term of lawfully disinclined.
Outlaws, bandits.
I mean, he's not wrong. Some of you do some terrible things.
You've never. Which of us is wanted for murder again?
I did not kill anyone.
That's not what the police say.
Sometimes the police get it wrong.
Raz, what should I do with this guy?
Cindy, as they bring up murder, you look at Maven and realize he's one of the people the town crier has been talking about who's wanted for murder. If you look closer at the half-elf over there, Chris, do you think that might also be one of the people?
Hey, that's a good disguise. Come on. We worked very hard on that.
I've seen nothing. I will tell no one. I am the follower of the Stern God. I want no trouble.
Now, I'm not going to say that sounds exactly like what someone who's into murder would say, but it sounds eerily similar.
You would know what someone into murder would say. Who's the star
Okay,
guy?
come on.
The Stern God. Of course you know the Stern God. You call him the Star God.
Everyone can make
Ring
a
a bell for
religion.
anyone?
Everyone can make a religion check to see if you know who this man is talking about.
I got a 9.
I'm pretty certain I know exactly who he's talking about, Maven says after I roll a 3.
I rolled an 11.
Okay. DC's 10, so we got at least one person who kind of knows.
I also got an 11.
Yes, okay.
The Star God. The Star God is the very power of the universe, of the multiverse, of the planes of existence itself. The very power of existence.
The Diavolo would probably pay us a bounty for him.
Oh, hold on. Wait a second. And I kind of walk up towards him. He already has seen all of us and stuff like that, and I don't plan on getting rid of him anytime soon. And I just kind of look him in the face and I kind of go, why did you follow the music? These bagpipes? And I kind of point to Maven's bagpipes. Did you like the music? Is that why you came here?
It reminds me of a story when I was young of a man who played the pipes, and all the rats came and they followed the man, and he led the rats out, and something happened. Perhaps he charged a bounty for the town, and when they stopped paying, he brought the rats back. And the pipes, they remind me of that story.
We really don't like rats here.
Yeah, I despise rats, good sir.
I
Yes,
feel like that
yes.
might have...
And despite all my rage, I am still the rat in the cage.
I think he's... That sounds like... I think that was my great uncle Turnick.
I think the Diablo will pay us for a Star God cleric.
But he's so endearing.
It might be helpful.
How?
Hey,
we
dude,
should
are you
keep
helpful?
him.
I'm all for another healer.
If
Pretty
you
sweet.
needs healing of the boo-boos, the Stargart, the Stoningart will help.
Do you
How-
know how to make jewelry?
No.
I like him. Can we keep him, Raz? Please?
Okay, but you're responsible for training him.
Yes.
And picking up after his mess.
I suppose.
Oh
I
no.
let him go.
I reshake his hand. Well, welcome to our ragtag group.
I just look to Flint and in Elvish. I just kind of go, I don't trust him.
I reply in Elvish. I don't trust any of these people, really.
I respond in Elvish. Well, I mean, that's fair. It's hard to trust strangers that you don't know. That's why you get to know them, and then you learn that you can trust them.
I say in Giant that it's very rude to talk about other people in a language they don't speak. Because
Stop
I can pick
shouting,
up
Nev.
on context clues.
Stop shouting, Nev. Anyway, Vindy, that part where we said that Maven was a murderer, forget that. That's a lie. He totally didn't
So
murder
you
anybody.
know that I'm not a murderer, but yet you still tell people that I am. I'm beginning to think you don't like me, Raz.
Of course I like you, Himbo. But because you're wanted for murder, we need to make sure that this guy, Star God Boy, doesn't leave our sight. And that's why you're responsible for watching him.
I already said that I don't have a problem with that. Like the next store we go to, I will get some baggies and it's fine.
I'm pretty certain that he doesn't need baggies.
Well, I mean, Flint's the one that made the comment about cleaning up his messes and everything. I don't know.
I don't mean like his excrements or anything.
Oh.
I'm just saying, like, in general, if he makes a mess.
Anyway, Vindy, I am Razbanache. You may have heard of me.
Of course.
This is
Not
my
really,
friend.
but yes.
This is my friend, Nev.
Yes.
She has a longer name, but we like to keep that on the DL, because we're cool that way.
DL stands for do lie.
It does not. Go away.
This himbo here is Maven, and he's actually an officer of the law.
Who's wanted for murder?
Again,
You can be
officers
both,
of the
Chris.
law don't commit murder. They just act on the call of duty.
Sounds fake, but okay.
He comes from Harboron, which is from the mainland where all the barbarians are. But he's an officer here. He's helping the police to investigate the Twitch situation in Glaciava.
The Twitch. Bad stuff.
Yes, terrible, addictive, and profitable. But Maven is here to help us sort that out and stop it. Right, Maven?
I intend to find the ringleader of this den of drugs and grime and bring them to their knees for the good of the city.
The boss. The boss. That's who you want. The boss.
It's been my every waking desire. Every morning as I wake up, I think
It's pronounced
today.
boss.
The boss. Yes, the boss.
Okay, Nev, you're not great at yes-anding.
Yes, the boss. That's what I said. The boss.
Yes. We have to find the boss so that we can stop him from distributing these terrible, dangerous drugs.
That's right, Nev.
You don't by chance happen to know this boss, do you?
The boss? I don't know the boss. But everyone knows of the boss. He's the boss.
He doesn't know anything about this boss. But Maven is going to find out and remove him from the street and, make sure that he's not able to distribute this terrible drug to anyone. Right, Maven?
I will find the big Zabowski, and I will make him pay for all the people he has hurt over the years.
But I do know the boss. He used... I know how to find the boss. He rides on the red horse because the red horse runs faster.
Vindy, what do you look like?
I am standing in front of you. I am alabaster tiefling. It's good camouflage on the glacier. As you see, I'm wearing the chainmail.
Okay, well, we have to go to a library because that's the type of thing we do is go to libraries, right, Chris? And
That's good. I need to return the book, the musings on the Stargate.
well,
Can I read that
sound
book?
like a very legal book. Where did you borrow that book from?
It's from the book repository.
You know, where you will find the book Bouse.
Yes.
Where is this book depository?
I can lead you there. I was on my way anyway. When I heard the pipes.
So why did you go toward that sound?
Because despite all my rage, I'm still just the rat in the cage.
Maven, do you like that your bagpipes remind people of rats?
I mean, it makes me think of my great uncle Tunic, so I mean, I'm okay with it.
Hey Flint, maybe that's why you really don't like his bagpipes. Because it reminds you also of rat, but like subconsciously.
It's all coming together now.
See, the rodent is a majestic creature, truly. Like they did an
No, it's
experiment that showed that a rat, even if there's no payment for that rat itself, it will actually help other rats escape their bondage. That's more than we can say for other races.
Yes, and the rat, It goes round and round.
Anyone with the passive perception of at least 10 will notice as you guys have been talking, more and more rats have just kind of been appearing here and there, watching, judging, looking at the remains of their dead friend, and looking back at you.
I'll point at Maven and tell the rest that he did it.
Anyway, we're running out of time. We need to find these kids and go meet Grenmore. Nevea, you want to help me find these kids?
Yes.
Should we take Himbo with us?
Only if I can hit him when he starts being annoying.
Perfect. Cassandra, can you watch after Chris and our new friend here? Make sure that nothing bad happens?
Didn't we just give Maven the responsibility to look over his new pet here?
His new what?
His new friend here.
Yeah, but we need him for Grenmore. So
I'll watch over him if he lets me read that book.
Fine. I'll go with Flint and our new pal here.
Okay, the library is known as the Bookworm, and it's located in the Market District, where all the issues of, well, people getting their things stolen from them are. So, you guys are basically heading to the same area anyway. If you guys just want to travel together.
I like to think of it as like that awkward situation where you say goodbye to each other and then still go in the same direction.
you were going together, but like separately, so that we aren't seen near people that are going to go into a library.
Yes, because God forbid you have knowledge to do things and run successful scams and plans.
Oh, we have those things. We just don't want people to know we have those things.
It seems to me like you don't want people to know the things that you keep talking about.
Oh, absolutely. It's largely stuff that sounds illegal, even though they say it's not. It concerns me too.
Exactly. It's more of a in the room type of situation where in this room we can talk about it. We go outside of the room, it's mum. Zip. Right, Maven? Quiet. Short sentences.
I mean, that requires me to remember what we were last talking about, so.
Perfect.
Let's go, guys.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start following Flint and Vindy out the this alleyway hideout.
And a couple seconds later, I'll lead Maven and Nevea out with a whisper to Nevea, be like, "Remember our deal. If he talks too much, hit him."
As all of you leave, the rats attempt to bite you. Well, they do not hit you, but you can tell the rats hold a grudge against all of you now.
Just like my great uncle Tunic.
All right. You guys walk and you make your way to the market district. Which group would like to go first?
Library group could probably go first since it's a little bit less important than talking to the police.
Okay. It takes you about 5 minutes and you come to like this little rundown shop. Little sign that says the Bookworm. It's a little dusty inside, kind of dark. You get that bookshop smell of old pages and ink. Sitting behind the counter is a little halfling. Oh, hello there. How
As
can
soon
I
as
help you?
as soon as I walk in, I just take a deep smell and just bask in it for a little bit.
And I just put my hand on his shoulder and go, see, this is where we could be at instead of in that alleyway all morning.
Hello again! I have returned the book. The musings on the Star God. I have some notes, a few corrections, perhaps. Nothing major. However, thanks you very muching for the book. And here it is.
Oh, thank you. He just kind of takes it and quickly puts it away. The store's empty, so he's not too upset about how loud you were about announcing the title of the book, but you can tell he still would prefer people not know that this book is here.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Listen, now, is this Sterling Galt? He is the vast power of the universe itself, the multiverse, all of the planes, all of the stars, and the planets and the planes. It's hard to keep quiet about the Sterling Galt.
Yes, I know. It's just the people here don't really take to certain knowledge being out and about, and they knew I had this book and some of the others I have. Well, he just kind of makes the motion of getting his head chopped off. Like,
Listen, I will do the healing of the boo-boos. If anything happens to you, you call me, and the healings of the boo-boos, I will help.
thank you. That's very kind, and I look forward to going through the notes and seeing what new knowledge you have provided. Thank you very much. And turns back to the others. Oh, so sorry. How can I help you?
Yes, I am just looking to further my knowledge in any realm or subject, I suppose.
Well, we have a small selection of books and scrolls. Anything in particular you're looking for?
Would you perchance be able to help me with a spell I'm trying to learn? Detect magic?
You see the halfling's eyes sharpen for a second. He just kind of smells. Oh, yes. That is special scroll. Keep it locked up. Right this way, and he just kind of leads you towards a back room. You notice he says a few words, and like a rune appears on a door before fading away, and he opens it, welcomes you in. Okay, yes. Right this way, and you see the nervous demeanor drop. Kind of pulls through some scrolls. Detect magic. Is that all you're looking for today?
For today, yes. Would you have a price on it? I'm not that fundable right at the moment.
Okay. Kind of looks at you. You come to me exclusively for your magic needs. And you keep it quiet where you get the scrolls and give it to you for about, say, 12 gold.
Cassandra, can I borrow 11 gold?
Yeah, I suppose. And I hand him the gold.
Okay.
And then I will take my 1 gold that I have and hand it over to this individual as well. I didn't get your name by chance. My name is Christopher Flint. Nice to meet you.
Ah, Nice to meet you too. Numero Autumn Found.
With my cloistered scholar background, would I have heard of this person?
You know that in Glaciava, there's a few wizards who exist here who kind of run the underground spell trade, and his name pops up a lot.
If I showed him my credentials from my school, would that persuade him to give us a even further discount?
Persuasion check.
Oh, good. I'm so charismatic.
I cast bless on him real quick. I just touch his shoulder very subtly. Or guidance real quick.
And that's just a D4, right?
Yes.
Oh. I got an 18.
Okay. Okay, he hands you back 6 gold, and he also takes the scroll back and hands you a different one after seeing the credentials and realizing, oh, no, you're actually a wizard. And okay, yeah, you want this one, not that particular one.
Well, I appreciate your time. I think that was all I needed for the day. Thank you.
Okay. When you copy the spell, you're gonna make an Arcana check. If you roll higher than an 8 for this particular one, it's the actual spell and not a fake.
Okay. Would I be able to copy this here in your shop?
That will take a few hours, or say about 2 hours to do, if you choose to do that here.
Or are we going to be helping Raz and them or anything? Or is this kind of like our place?
That is entirely up to you guys.
I sit down and
Do
start
we-
copying.
I just look around. Do we see anybody else in this bookstore or library right now?
Perception. I'm assuming you guys have stepped out of the back room now, so you're back in the main shop.
I rolled an 8.
Okay, so yeah, it's the actual spell for your Arcana. Perception.
And I rolled a 6, so I'm just really focused right now on Flint in watching him. But I do go up to what numeral?
Yes.
Hello. By chance, do you have any history books about this island, particularly the volcano here?
Oh, yes. Right this way. Nervous Demeter is back, and he hands you a small book. Has, talks about the history of the island, volcano, few minor things. It's a very dry read overall, but after reading it, you have advantage whenever you make history checks in regards to the island here.
Thank you. And I just sit by Flint and read it while he's copying the spell. And even though it's dry, I thoroughly enjoy it.
Okay, that's Chris and Cassandra. Vindy, would you like to stay here for 2 hours, read a book, or would you like to go find the others? If you're talking, you are on mute. Okay. Okay. Well, in the meantime, let's cut to the others.
So I'm going to be looking about for places that are so open to being stolen from that even amateur children are likely to try to do it, and see if I see any children who are trying to steal.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
19.
And okay. You see people kind of busy. I mean, it's roughly the middle of the day. Trying to shop. You do notice there's one small figure that's kind of just observing people for now, trying to kind of stay out of eyesight of everyone. You recognize this as someone who's looking for an easy mark.
Do I also see an easy mark there?
Not yet.
Do I see where he's looking?
Right now, the figure is kind of watching the apple stand.
I'm gonna tell Nevea and Maven. I think those apples look great, don't you think, Nev? And then I'm gonna hand her a couple silver
Yeah.
pieces. Why don't you go buy some?
Okay. I go over and buy some apples.
And we'll watch and see what the kid does while the giantess distracts the apple vendor.
Okay, you notice the
These look
figure.
like some really nice apples.
The figure kind of whispers to, leans down, and a rat kind of goes on the palm of this person. They bring up their palm, whisper something to the rat, and the rat runs off. And then a bit later, a few minutes, a few more people approach. And after a minute or two, someone kind of realizes, "Oi! Which one of you took my coin purse?" You did not see. And all of the people this figure move. You get the feeling there's someone else here who's probably a little stealthier than this person. And you have no idea where they are at the moment. You did not see them.
I'm gonna keep looking at this small person that's casing the place.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get distracted by this other crime that I'm not here to solve. It's not my business. And I would just let Maven leave it.
After a few minutes, you notice the figure kind of walk off to a different area. And a rat you see a few more rats just kind of wandering nearby, kind of staying close enough to this person.
This
Maven,
place has to fail so many health inspections.
Maven, it's sort of weird to you that those rats are following that little boy around, right?
I mean, some people have pet dogs, some people have pet cats, and some people are really weird and they have pet rats.
Okay. Why don't you go talk to him as not a cop, as literally anyone else. And
I come back and hand Raz one of the apples.
hey, thanks, Nev. I appreciate you so much. This is a great apple. And then I'm put it in my bag, and I'm like, anyway, Nev, stay here, lie low, Maven. That thing we were talking about. I'll meet you over there, but don't tell that boy that I'm around, okay?
But just go talk to the boy, try to find out what's going on with the rats.
No, just figure out what he's doing.
Okay.
Like
I
in a
cannot
roundabout
go.
way.
I'm 8 feet tall.
Because you'll scare the little kid. You're twice as tall as he is.
Aren't scared people more likely to answer your questions?
Yes, but they're not gonna be scared from Maven because sometimes when you're helpful and nice and charm them, they're more helpful instead, especially
Okay,
children.
I'll stay
Scaring
here.
children is mean.
Okay, yeah, I can do something. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I could do something.
Okay, I'm gonna
Excellent.
fly up and then try to fly around to like the back side of the alley the kid is in, while Maven, I assume in his himbo fashion, walks straight towards the kid.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. But I am gonna go ahead and because I have some ideas, I am gonna try and um sorry, try to think of order of events.
If you try to turn yourself into a rat, I'm gonna be very upset.
Oh, I wasn't gonna turn myself into a rat. I was gonna be a rat king potentially. Anyways, I'm gonna walk over and just to be safe, I am going to try and cast Charm Person on the boy, and I should have pulled it up, but if you give me 2 seconds, I can tell you what save that is. I want to say it's Wisdom, but
Wisdom. Okay. Make your
let
list.
me
Let's
double
see.
check that to make sure.
Okay.
Maven 2.0, Charm Person. Yep, Wisdom saving throw. We're not fighting, so there's no advantage, disadvantage, or anything. Just yeah.
Okay. Okay. As you get within 30 feet of this figure, you will cast Charm Person.
Yep. DC save of 13.
Okay. Roll has been made. Talk. And you can find out afterwards if it failed or not.
Ooh. Okay. Then can I also do a performance check?
Okay. Explain to me what you're doing.
So I was gonna base this on whether or not the charm worked, but since I'm not getting that information,
Well, I mean, all you did was
Maven-
cast the spell. You haven't said or done anything to this person yet.
Yeah, so Maven decided that the best way to get this boy to talk is to convince him that perhaps he has stolen these rats, and therefore Maven is going to pretend to be the Rat King, some lesser known supervillain that controls all the rats in the city. That's what I'm kind of going for.
Okay,
That's my
go ahead.
character.
Make a performance.
And I should have done Bardic Inspiration beforehand, but I got a 16.
Okay. That's a pretty good roll. Go ahead and do your thing.
You, young child boy, over there with all the rats.
You see the figure turn around and you notice it's not a boy, it's a young girl, and she just kind of giggles at you. I'm not a boy, mister.
Ah, my apologies. Now I see that I have a little bit of a better picture of what has happened. I see that a young girl has charmed my rats and has beguiled them with her beauty. My apologies for mistaking your gender from a distance. My rat eyes are not the best, you see.
It's okay, you didn't know. Can I help you with anything? Also, the rats just... I'm not really sure what you mean by I stole them. They just kind of walk around and follow. They're very
My
nice, though.
my young dear, your politeness and elegance enthralls me. I feel that perhaps we should start over. You see, I am the Rat King. I live in the underground, and I kind of have a network of spy rats who kind of observe the town for me. But they seem to have gone disappearing lately, and I see that they are following you. And I was curious as to what you did, why you stole my rats from me. But you say that you do not know why they are following you.
Oh, well, I mean, I like all animals, but rats are kind of my favorite. They're really useful for things, so
Yes.
I just kind of use a little bit of magic, and then they're nice and they carry information for me, tell me what they see. I mean, I more of them follow me lately because of this cool thing I found. But
I'm
if
sorry.
you're the rat,
Cool what? A
if
cool
you're
what
the
that you found?
this cool thing, I mean, if you're the rat king, then you have plenty of rats, and I can keep these, and you would know what my thing is because you're the rat king. You know all the things related to the rats.
My dear, if there's one thing to be said about the Rat King, it is that the Rat King has mastery of rats. If there is a second thing to be said of the Rat King, it is that the Rat King is generous. And normally, I would have no issue at all sharing my rodent servants with others, especially one as sweet and dear as yourself. But unfortunately, we are facing a certain emergency, all rats on deck, as it were. And that is the problem that we have, is that I require all of my rats, and I see that many of my rats have gone missing. It seems that you have charmed more than you may believe that you have.
Well, I mean, I would normally give them back, but I really, really need the rats to help me right now. It's really, really, really important.
Oh, and what is this quest, pray tell, that requires all of my rats?
She just kind of grips her skirt and looks around. I don't know if I should tell you without.
My dear, they are my loyal servants. The least you could do if you're going to take my servants is to inform me of what it is that my rats are going to do, so
Make a
that I can at least ensure that they are safe.
make a persuasion with advantage, because she is
Alrighty.
charmed.
Sweet. How about a 23?
She just kind of looks around and gestures for you to kind of come in close so she can whisper or something to you.
Yes, of course, my dear, of course. Yes.
Okay, so me and my friend from the orphanage, we notice, a lot of our friends are missing, and we're too little to get them back by ourselves. So we're trying to get enough money to hire the secret people, the sneaky ones, to get information so we could save them.
The sneaky ones, you say?
Mm-hmm.
So there are some out there that are even sneakier than the Rat King and his rats.
Well, duh, everyone knows about them. I don't remember their name. My friend knows more about what their names, but yeah, they're missing, and they've been missing for a really long time, and we're worried, and no one's looking for them. No one cares, and it's
I
not
see.
okay.
Okay, I see. Well, this is certainly troubling, and I could understand your desire to use a vast working network such as rats. It is why I personally use them myself. How long have these children been going missing?
It's been a few months now, and we try to tell the police, but no one cares what orphans have to say, and And the matron keeps saying that, no, the kids aren't missing, that, they ran away, but they didn't. They would have told us. And some of them are too little to run away. And me and my friend are the oldest ones there, so it's up to us to go find them.
And these children that are going missing, they are all from your orphanage, or there are some that are going missing from elsewhere?
I mean, it's mostly the orphanage. There's a few kids who don't live at the orphanage. They kind of live on the street because, the orphan.
Oh,
But, no one.
a
No one.
citywide abduction conspiracy.
Mm-hmm. And,
I
she just.
see.
You see her kind of look more and more upset as she talks about this.
And so, my rats, how long have they been following you, may I ask?
They kind of followed me for a few weeks now.
Okay.
Ever since I found the cool thing from one of the people we stole from. I know stealing's bad, but we need the money. We need to hire the sneaky people.
Now, you said one of your friends knows who these sneaky people are, how to reach them?
Yeah, he tends to know a lot more things than I do.
Mhm.
I was gonna go meet him because I normally point out the people he needs to take from, and then I get the rats to go tell him, and because he's really, really good at not being seen. Both of us are, because no one pays attention to us, but he's really, really good at it.
I see. So the rats know where this Ed is, but you don't necessarily, because the rats talk to him for you.
Yeah, I know a little bit of of magic, and I just sit there and I
Oh,
tell the rats. It takes a lot of energy and concentration, but I just ask the rats nicely, and they go do it for me.
oh, I see. This sounds like a very worthy and noble cause. I understand now. And Maven kind of gets down on one knee and goes, "Little girl, I must tell you, you have moved the Rat King's heart. I could see the Rat King and his rats were going to seek out the person responsible for putting a very, very dangerous potion on the streets so that we can save the city from them. But I see the fear and terror in your eyes, and I can feel the pain in your voice, and the Rat King is swayed. I tell you what, the Rat King does not work alone. Despite being in the shadows, he does not work alone. The Rat King has some compatriots. Let me discuss with my colleagues, and I'll make you a deal, little girl, because you have moved me so. I will get help to take care of this case of disappearing children. And in return, you return to me the thing that is allowing you to, I won't say steal, um, appropriate my rodenti. Does that sound like a fair trade to you? Your friends for this cool thing.
Um, okay, but I want my friend here too whenever you bring your friends, because I'm sure you're nice, but most grown-ups are really, really mean.
Hmm. The Rat King, being an orphan himself, understands fully, for the Rat King grew up on the hard streets and understands how it feels. What time of the day is this?
It's about like 10:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to meet with some Officer Doohickey at noon, correct?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you still
okay.
got time to get back to
Alright.
the others.
Little girl, have you eaten today?
She just kind of shakes her head.
I'll tell you what. And Maven pulls out 2 gold pieces. Why don't you and your friend enjoy a nice lunch? I know it will be hard because you have so much weighing down on you. Just, it is very frightful, I understand. But why don't you and your friend have a nice lunch? And then uh, w- we'll say 2 o'clock. You and your friend can meet me and my friend, and we can discuss this case and make sure that we get your friends back for you. Does that sound like a deal?
She kind of takes the gold and she's crying a little, shakes her head and kind of hugs your leg.
Now, just to ensure, because there are a lot of shadows in this city, a lot of sneaky individuals, as you are well aware, who like to lie and steal and cheat. I have given you the Rat King's name. What, so I know that I am talking to the correct person. What is your name, little girl?
I'm Faye, and my friend who you'll meet later, his name is Farindod.
Excellent. Faye and Ferendot. Very well. In the meantime, I will leave my Rodentai companions in your good, able hands. Please do take care of them. They may be my minions, but I do care deeply. The Rat King always protects his royal subjects.
Kind of laughs and runs off, the rats following her. And
Farewell.
yeah, and
Sorry?
shortly she's gonna know that you charmed her.
When she runs off, does she go down the alley that I'm on the other end of?
I would say she kind of runs back into the street to go grab lunch and then go find her friend.
I also completely forgot that they will realize that they've been charmed even on a successful. So, oops.
Yeah, she is about to realize you charmed her, but you were also kind of nice, so that may affect things later.
Cool. At any rate, so now that I'm assuming she and the rats are gone,
Mm-hmm.
I'll walk
Maven's
down
gonna.
the alley and be like, Maven, what happened? You're supposed to
Oh,
push her, take her this way. That was the whole point.
okay, yeah. So you know how we had that thing that we were going to get all of the Twitch off the street to make the city safer?
No.
Yeah, that was the whole thing we were working on, is that we were gonna figure out who the head of the Twitch thing was, so we can get all the
Yeah,
Twitch.
you're right. My bad. I forgot.
Yeah. Well, like, put that aside. I found something better. Something that I think will be even greater for the common good. It'll make us heroes, Raz. Don't you want to be a hero?
No.
Well, I do. And this is a perfect opportunity for us to be bright and shiny and beloved by the whole city. So, okay, so that girl, her name was Faye, and she has a friend named Farindot. And what's going on is that she has some cool thing, I guess, that's allowing her to control the rats, whatever. That doesn't matter. What matters is that the orphanage she is from and some other areas, children are going missing, and they've been trying to get help with finding these children, but the town guard won't listen to them. And so they're not getting any help. So these children have been going missing for months, and she's very scared. She just wants her friends back. So I figured we could rescue these children, and yeah.
Maven, my friend. This is Glaciava. Children go missing all the time. They
But
don't
we
come
could
back.
change that and make it children go missing some of the time.
I get bored standing out there and I wander toward the alleyway. I want to be part of the conversation, guys.
No.
Nev. Okay, look, Raz. Let me just make it super. Let me get your buy-in real quick. You said that you wanted to kidnap a child, correct?
No, I would never kidnap a child. Why would you accuse me of that type of thing?
Isn't that what you were saying earlier? Was stealing a child? Anyways, if you're talking about like trying to find a child, well, instead of just having to settle for the first child that you find, what if we found like a warehouse full of children so that you could like interview them like an actual employer would and figure out which child has the best credentials to be the most kid that you need, the biggest kid bang for your kid buck.
We're here because Cassandra promised we would find the thieves, and apparently we're the type of people that pay out other people's promises now. Did you find the thief? Is it that boy or not?
Well, I mean, think of it this way, though. Children, as you said, children go missing all the time. No one pays attention to children, which means that children can be everywhere and anywhere unnoticed. What do you think the children have overheard or seen while they're wandering the streets? Maybe one of them, or all of them, or some of them, or none of them, but more likely one or two of them have seen something and can give us a lead. And also, if we rescue these children and become heroes, the town guard are more likely to work with us because they'll be like, oh, hey, those heroes who do our job but good, and we want to help them because then it makes us look good.
Okay, I like where
Everyone
your
wants
head's
to
at,
be a
but
hero.
more importantly, we make you and your cop persona the hero. You found those kids, but Nev will help, and I'll help, and I bet Cassandra will help. Chris, I don't know, seems kind of like a nerd, but he seems to go where Cassandra goes. And we need to keep an eye on this Vindy guy. And from what I remember about the Star God, they're very much the do-gooder type. So probably he'll help. But we have about an hour and a half to get this done.
I think we should still follow through on that appointment that I have because you can never have too much information. We don't necessarily have to let them know about the child napping because they didn't care before. I don't see them caring just because I bring it up. So,
yes, we do need to meet Grenmore. It would be great if we could figure out who's stealing the children first. But in lieu of that,
Maven gives them puppy dog eyes. So, we're saving the kids?
I look over at Nev.
It is the right thing to do, Raz.
And that's
it'll
what we
help
care
us.
about. That is what we care about, Nev, is doing the right thing. And I'm going to bite my knuckle to stop myself from screaming. Well, before we go to that meeting, we should go and get seen at a bookstore and get Cassandra and Chris and their little religious rebel.
Why don't we just said Maven?
Did you
I'm
not-
uncomfortable with that many books.
And Maven's
Yes.
trying to
Did you
give
see what
Raz a
happened
hug.
the last time we sent Maven off on his own? We have to save a bunch of kids. I would rather be seen near a bunch of books.
Okay.
Thank you, Raz. I won't forget this. Why won't you let me hug you?
When you reach out to hug me, you find a dagger in your stomach.
One of these days, the bears will go down, Raz. It always happens.
The bookstore. Let's go.
David, take 2 points of damage.
Okay. No regrets.
Let's go to the bookstore.
Okay. Few minutes and you guys are all together.
So, fun fact, Himbo here, Cassandra, has instead of taken custody of the child, opted instead to pursue an alternative direction wherein we assist the child in a epidemic plaguing their little society. And I'm intentionally using big words that I know that Maven and Nevea won't understand.
Hey, Nevea, are you the himbo this time, or am I?
What I spaced out for a second.
Anyway, the himbo promised the children that all of us would help it. And he told Nev about it, so now we're sort of stuck doing it.
I mean, in fairness, I was only thinking of you and Nevea there at the time because of my issues with object permanence. But if all 5 of us or all 6 of us want to help, the more the better.
Wait, Maven, did you use the short sentences that we were talking about? Did you guys just let him talk the whole entire time?
The Rat King speaks as he wishes to his subjects.
And I'm going to just gesture and be like, I mean, the little girl believed him.
Do you know that for sure? Maven, are you sure this little girl was telling you the whole truth?
Oh, I can see it in her eyes. Absolutely.
You can see it in her eyes.
Yeah, they had this kind of like sparkly pink kind of thing going on. I think my spell succeeded.
Hold on, wait. Did you say Rat King?
Yes, I am the Rat King.
He's not. Stop. We know you're not the Rat King, Maven.
I'm sorry.
That voice is very annoying.
You realize I murder rats, right?
Okay, guys, listen. So apparently, little girl is stealing. So we found her. Her friend helps her steal. We found them. But they have told Maven that their friends are going missing, like children in Glaciava do every day. But apparently, the right thing to do is to help these children.
Yeah.
Yeah. The children, I believe, the kinder are the future. And
See, new guy gets it.
if we are teaching them well, they will lead the way.
Does anybody here realize what island we're on? Or is that just me and Raz at this moment? You're telling me you guys... See, I only promised like one marketplace person, Arnold, and that was for the benefit of us, so we can get some stuff in the marketplace when we need to. You're trying to save a whole group of children. What's the benefit for us here in that?
Well,
The children will lead the
Save
way.
children.
And we teach them all the beauty that they have inside. And we give them a sense of pride. And that's it.
And if that's not enough for you cynical bastards, children are all over this city. No one pays attention to them. So what better spies and scouts are there than a bunch of children who are grateful for having been rescued and can therefore filtrate out there and be everywhere and know what's going on in this city specifically to be able to track where the twitch is coming from?
Maven, that's very near a thought. You want to sit down there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm getting a little lightheaded. Give me a second. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm going to pull out a chair for him. But he is right.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
That just sounds like a ton of children that we're gonna be somehow responsible for. Okay?
No.
You know how many children I'm already watching now?
They
And
might
I
be
just
potty trained.
The thing is at least two of these children are pretty capable of watching themselves. They, need a little training up. They're a bit obvious, but the one did a decent job pickpocketing me the other day, and the other one's very good at finding marks. I think if we teach them the right ways, we get them some guild training.
Yes.
Perhaps they are helpful.
And we let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be.
I was never like that.
I'm
You
still
laughed
like
as a
that.
child?
I remember long ago, I decided never to walk in anyone's shadow.
That must make it really hard when you're walking down the street. Do you like jump around to get out of them?
That is why you only go out when there is sun to brighten your day. I'm sorry, it's just I love his accent so much. I have to practice the character. No offense, it's a great accent. I love it. It's wonderful.
Anyway,
If we fail, if we succeed, you see, at least we live as we believe. No matter what they take from me, they cannot take away my dignity.
I love New Guy. I'm not afraid to say it. I love New Guy. He's great.
Maven, you love everybody.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's. Wait, no, I didn't love that one guy who attacked me in the alley.
Maven, nobody attacked you in the alley.
Demons.
Is that why you murdered him?
Okay.
I see you have
last
Zabubu.
time
Let me heal. Let me do the healing on Zabubu.
Oh, that's right. You could do that.
No, that's one of those boo-boos. It's a lesson. He needs to keep that one.
It's the boo-boo, and it will be healed.
Thank you. And also, Raz, some lessons you could just teach the lesson and move on.
We just covered that you don't have great memory. You forgot Cassandra existed because you didn't see her for half an hour.
Forgot the who existed. What?
I'm pointing at Cassandra again.
Your name is Cassandra? Okay, all this time I've been thinking of you as Hood Girl. I'm so sorry. I'm Maven.
Now, the real joke would have been to call her a hood rat with the rolling R's.
Yeah, fair point.
Anyway, we should get going to Grenmore first, and then track these children down later.
Yeah, we do need to keep that appointment. I told them 1:30 we would meet up with them. I figured that would give us plenty of time to deal with Grimoire, and then we can meet up with them and discuss with all the knowledge that we have with the guard.
No. Okay, Maven.
Well,
Now,
no,
his
not
name
tell
is
them the
Grimoire.
story. Don't tell them the
Grimoire.
stuff from the guard.
Maven.
Yeah.
You, once again, when we go meet Grenmore, you are a cop. You are not this delightful dim himbo.
Right.
You're a Harboronian.
Yeah.
You love Zata. She's great.
Uh-huh.
And you
Yeah.
love justice. And you know how to get
absolutely.
Twitch off the streets.
Yeah. This isn't my first performance, my dude.
The last time we sent you on a performance where you had to pretend to be a cop, Cassandra had to do your job for you.
Well, okay, yes. Sometimes you try to yes and it doesn't work all that well. But I mean, it worked out fine. But I'm saying, like, obviously, I'm not going to go in and be like, I'm the Rat King, because then I'll get locked up.
Okay, but we need you, who the cops already think is a cop, to convince Grenmore you're also a cop. But remember, he's not a cop like you pretend to be a cop. He's a cop like the
For
rest
him,
of
the
Glaciava
performance
is a
never
cop.
ends.
Maven, are you keeping track of all these aliases that you're creating for yourself?
So far. It would be easier if I had costumes to go with them, but yeah, so far. There's the
We've
Rat King, there's the cop, there's the other cop, there's the swamp guy.
There's your boat inspector,
Oh, yeah, we
which
scratched that character because that character did not do well at all. The audience evaluations did not reflect well on that character. He's being retconned.
Anyway, you need to go meet Grenmore to prepare to assist him with your investigation.
Right.
We're running
for
out of time
that-
to do that, so we should go and meet him.
Do we have the
Usually
holy symbol?
around this time, he's at a tavern, I know.
Okay. So act drunk. Or don't act drunk.
No. He's probably going to be drunk.
Okay.
A, he's a dwarf. B, he's a cop. C, it's already the middle of the day.
But if he's a dwarf, his tolerance is going to be high, so I need to be on my toes because I'm not a smart man. So I can pretend to drink, but I need to make sure that it's stage drinking in which I'm not actually imbibing. All right, I understand. Do we have the religious symbol? Otherwise, I'm ready to go.
We don't. Remember how none of us know how to make jewelry?
Oh, right.
And we haven't yet ingratiated ourselves into the very jeweler that we stole the things from. I mean, that gave us the gift.
You keep making it sound like we steal stuff.
No, they gave it to us as a gift, Maven.
Okay, just making sure.
By the way, speaking of that jewelry heist last night, a few people have entered the shop since then. Some of them stop and look at you, Raz, thinking, contemplating, whispered to each other. Because you remember, you did not have a super clean getaway that night.
Oh, good thing you didn't commit any crimes, Raz.
Listen, they're looking at me because I'm beautiful. It happens from time to time.
You see one of them step outside.
Nev,
I
I think
appreciate your
I think
confidence.
Nev, I think that person who just left, it knows your parents and is about to go tell them where you are.
What? We can't have that. I go out after them and look and see if I can see.
You notice they are already talking to a guard. Kind of pointing towards the bookshop.
I go back inside and tell Raz. Raz? He's talking to a cop. Doesn't that mean we should leave?
Yeah, that's usually what it means when people start talking to cops, other than Maven.
How many of them are there?
Cassandra, did you see one?
did I see what? A cop?
A back door to this shop that we're about to use.
Did I see a back door when he was leading us around, or at least Flint?
Make a perception check.
$16.
Yeah, you kind of notice towards the back, there's a few bookshelves kind of blocking the general eyesight of it, but you're pretty sure you saw a door that would lead into the back alley.
Yep, back here. Let's go. Got a blast.
How many guards are there though?
I didn't count.
You saw Nev saw the person talking to one guard, but normally where there's one guard, more follow.
Yeah, but I mean, like, how many are there right here? Because I'm debating whether or not to do a thing.
You don't know yet.
Okay, so there's just the one that's inside?
No, they haven't made their way inside. They just know there's a person of interest
I'm
inside.
gonna say, Nev, let's go, and I'm gonna start walking towards those doors that Cassandra said were back there.
Yep, I'm going with them.
All right.
We
like
win 100% of the battles that we do not fight. I say we leave now.
Yes, I will do that. But 2 seconds, and Maven's gonna head to the front door and just peek outside real quick, just to see how many there are.
You see about. Give me 1 second. Let me see how many you are unfortunate enough to get. You see about 6 guards heading your way.
Okay. Yeah, that's too many for me to do what I was going to do.
Get to the chopper. I mean the back door.
Flint, did you copy what you needed to copy?
I honestly have no idea if I did or not. DM, did I?
You have about half of it done. You could get the other half of it done later.
Okay, yeah, I just fold up shop, put everything in my book, tuck it away, and vamos.
Is this door locked?
You notice the owner of the shop, the halfling, kind of catches your eye, snaps his finger, and the door opens. And then Thief's Cat says to you, "Yeah,
I'ma
get the
give
hell
him-
out of my
I'm gonna give him my
shop."
winningest smile and like a very gracious sort of hand signal that the thieves use, and then duck out the back.
Maven's gonna real quick cast 2 counts of minor illusion at the building across the street, because I'm assuming these streets are not 30 feet or wider, correct?
Probably not. Not that wide.
So he's gonna cast he's gonna make from the building on the other side of the street the sound of glass shattering and then an explosion, and then immediately head to the back door from there,
Okay.
hoping
That buys
that'll
you.
distract them.
Yeah, that's gonna buy you guys some time.
Cool. I am not acting like my intelligence modifier.
I wave at the halfling and say bye.
You see him just kind of pinch the bridge of his nose and go, just trying to run a business. And, yeah, just, grumbles to
They're my
himself.
friends, and now you're my friend. Bye.
I'll leave a gold as I'm running and then give the other 5 to Cassandra.
And then I just go, leading up the rear, I just go to the halfling. Great books. Excellent. Hopefully be back later. And then just slip out the back.
All right. You all slip away and you head towards the nearby tavern here that you know Grenmore tends to frequent, known as the Salty Otter.
Oh, I was hoping it was Mom's spaghetti.
Now, from what I understand, we should buy him a gold schlager, but we have a copper schlager budget, I think.
Wait, who are we buying a Goldschlager for?
Do we have a copper schlager on the menu?
Oh yeah, they have pretty cheap drinks here. Only like a few copper, maybe a silver at most.
Give me a second. I have some money hidden nearby. I can go get some money for us.
We have Goldschlager money.
Why
It'll
don't
be
you just carry
Goldschlager
your money on you, Raz?
What if someone would steal it? No, you have to keep it stashed away. And then I'm going to slip away and look for somebody to sell one of our vials of Twitch to.
Oh, okay. 1 perception check, and 2, I need you to roll me a d20, just for my own knowledge.
I got a 14 on that.
It's not going to be for
D20.
anything ill at all.
And then the perception check is a 2.
Okay. You grab one of the vials that you murdered someone for.
I didn't murder anybody. Please don't know about it.
Look, this is God talking to you in your head. You know you fully
Just
murdered that.
gods.
But you look around and you cannot see anyone you feel would buy this. You can't find any of your usual victims.
Do I see anybody who's just looking like sort of drunk and wandering about?
You're near a tavern. Go ahead. Make another perception with advantage, since you have an actual target in mind.
It's 15.
Oh yeah, you see one man coming out of the tavern right now. Looks like a sailor.
I'm gonna lift his purse as I walk in the door and just like bump him through the door.
Okay, sleight of hand.
9.
Oi! What are you doing? What? Don't touch me there. Just kind of bat you away. I would say you could grab like maybe a gold piece before he slaps you away.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I was just trying to get through the door. You're big, strapping gentleman. I'm supposed to meet my friend, the town guardsman, Grenmore, in here. I'll have a good day, sir.
Just kind of grumbles and stumbles away, and you still have the vial that you were gonna sell. So you still have all the vials of Twitch.
Okay, I'm gonna secret that back in its secret pouch inside my tunic, inside my leather, and then go and meet my friends and be like, so I have enough to buy Grenmore a drink, and I'm gonna pass that gold coin over to Maven.
Yeah, this gold coin is probably enough to get your entire group a round of drinks, lunch, and Grenmore a drink.
Raz, you know that I had like a bit of gold, right?
Yeah, but see, this is our money, and that makes it better.
Wait, we have a
So
joint
lunch
bank
is on
account?
Raz. Yay!
Wait, we have a joint bank account? I didn't know that.
No, it's my money, but sometimes I let you use it, and that makes it our money.
You're one of those commune things.
Sure. Anyway, Grenmore's over there, and I'm gonna point him out.
Okay.
Oh, right. We don't have the Holy Relic thing. Okay, so sorry, had to think real quick. So Grenmore is he in his uniform?
Yeah. Yeah, he's in his uniform, kind of just sitting at a table, downing a nail, kind of looking through some papers.
Okay, so I am going to cast Disguise Self, and I'm going to make my outfit kind of look like... Basically, I'm loosely basing it off of his, but I understand that I'm not going to be the same rank as him. So I'm also trying to make it look more like... Well, I guess I should just say I'm basing it off of one of the guards we've seen around town, so that I actually look like I'm from this town and not out of town from
You're supposed to be
the place that I'm
Harboronian.
from.
Remember the people that we saw on the boat look like that?
Oh, right. Never mind. I'm gonna... Guys, I can't help my memory issues. I'm gonna make it look like I'm Harboronian. So
Okay. Yeah.
let's mark off my second slot.
I walk as well. Such a glorious mane. One of the Kindermund. Yeah.
No, I was born and raised here. I mean,
Oh.
not every dwarf and gnome comes from Kindermont, sir. I mean, are you stereotyping me right now?
Well,
Why?
perhaps a grandparents, ancestors.
Nev, can you get him, please?
That is so racist. Do you not understand the fact that first you made an assumption about him just because of his race, but then to go further and be like, no, it's okay because my best friend's a dwarf, and that excuses any hurtful things I may say about your people. Ugh,
I
bumpkins, am I right, sir?
Yes, and I would say that I'm sorry, and yet I would ask you to look into your ancestry, and you might be surprised.
Okay, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna buy me an ale.
A
I'm gonna,
Goldschlager?
yeah, and then I'm gonna drink it, go back to work, and we will forget this conversation happened.
And if you need the healings of the boo-boos, free anytime.
Yeah, okay, sure. It's kind of side-eyeing you, but he's willing to go with this. I mean, free healing. No one's gonna turn down free healing in this place.
So, actually, it's rather opportune that I managed to find you here, because of the fact that I am actually here for work as well.
He turns and looks at. Huh? What's a red guard doing here exactly? How do you have work here?
Well, you see, I was in charge of a special task force back in Harboron, investigating a drug that had started to run rampant in our town by the name of Twitch. And I am here to investigate because it appears that it has made its way to the mainland. And when I had been discussing with some of the local guard here, they informed me that you would be the one to talk to find information on hopefully bringing this ring down.
Okay, I mean this in the nicest way possible. But why the ever-loving hell am I gonna let some... I don't even know who the hell you are. Why am I gonna let you on the case exactly? Like, I don't know you. You're not
He
from
doesn't
here.
seem very nice. It's nicest, does not seem very nice.
Nev, he's not nice. Let me go over. I know him a little. Let me go talk to him, and I'm gonna slide in next to Grenmore and be like, "Hey, buddy."
Maven's gonna kind of give him a look like a hold on. I understand where you're coming from, but I had been told that you're the one to talk to, and I believe that Glaciava and Harboron, we would both benefit from kind of having a mutual agreement of working together. I share my resources, you share your resources. We bring this ring down. It helps both of our towns, and it makes both of us look good.
Okay. So now the mainland cares about what happens here. Not years before when it first became a problem and we were reaching out for help, but now that it's slowly become your problem, do you want to care?
Maybe
And before he continues, he just notices Raz slide in and just goes,
Grenmore, who's your friend?
he just looks between you.
Oh yeah, I
And-
forgot about that.
He looks between all of you and goes, is this one of your goddamn tricks to get information, Raz? Really?
No, I know there's no tricking you. Who is this guy? I don't like him. He has a serious look about him.
This is official guard business. I will thank you to know your place and to stay out of our investigation.
He just sighs, puts his head in his hands. You know, there were easier disguises. Raz, you know there are easier. Why? Why, Raz? Why?
I gotta keep you on your toes, Grenmore.
Tell this idiot to drop the illusion or disguise, whatever the hell it is.
He likes it. Let him do it. Anyway, we are looking into Twitch, but see, your friends, they think he's this guy. And it would help us if they believed he was this guy.
Who's your connection? Where's the Twitch?
They love him.
He looks at Raz. 5 gold, I keep my mouth shut about all of this. And he waves his hand in Maven's general direction.
And how much to loop this guy in on the case? 10?
Yeah.
Done. I'm going to slide him 10 gold.
All right. Downs his ale, begins drinking the new ale that's been brought over. All right. Here's what I know so far. The Twitch kids, of course, they sit there and they sell the Twitch, blah, blah, blah. No one cares too much. Pretty sure there's one of the demons around here has been in charge of that. Not really. Well, we have some guesses on who it could be running that operation, but lately, a few guards, they noticed that some of the Twitch kids left for a while. They've come back, and ever since, we've noticed a new drug on the streets.
Yeah,
Look,
what's it like?
oddly enough, it looks like Twitch, and we all thought it was Twitch, but you take it, and it... Dude. Sensory overload. Makes you nauseous. Makes you weak. Easy to sit there and have people basically murder you and take everything you got.
Sounds
All
like a
the more
good
reason
thing
to
to
bring
me.
them down.
I mean, sounds terrible because I realize Neve might be able to overhear me.
Now, mind you, I mean, if you're smart and you take it further away, we've had a few people say they take enough of this stuff and poisons no longer work on them, but not really sure if that beats the benefit of, or if that's enough of benefit to make it worth anything.
I mean, to be fair, once you're dead, what poisons will have an effect on you?
Exactly. Personally, I think all of it's useless, but
I heard one of the Twitch kids ran across some trouble recently in an alley. Do you know anything about that?
oh yeah, he's currently in custody. He'll probably sit there and die within the next few hours, just because no one likes a snitch.
A snitch? What's he doing?
Well, I mean, he told us, who all was involved in that crime. He kind of sold out his partner, who we still haven't found. And then he mentioned that the stuff he was selling isn't actually Twitch, but the new stuff. We're thinking we're going to call it Mind Blast, just so we have a name for it, but we're still spitballing the name.
So this guy, he's my friend. He's not really Harboranian, but it works for him. We need him to be close to the investigation. Your friends think he's going to come be your partner. We've agreed that's going to be the case. Can you keep him apprised of things that you learn?
Fine.
And he's going to be around you sometimes. And I know that is going to be a little taxing. But just treat him the way you treat all your other partners.
Originally, I lived on the streets of Eldrazo, but when that city chewed me up and spat me out, I knew that I was no longer welcome. That was when I headed to Harboron. I knew that I needed to clean up the grime.
Yeah. See, treat him like your other partners, but Nev kind of likes him, so don't get him stabbed too much, okay?
Not too much, anyway.
Bleeding's how I know
Cry
I'm
me
alive.
timey. Oh, cry me timey.
Anyway, I'm going to leave you two to get introduced. I have to talk to somebody about a thing.
All right. He just waves you off, gestures for Maven to sit down.
Fair enough.
Okay. And he'll sit there and he'll talk with you on what he knows, which areas tend to sell more Twitch. Some of the people they kind of know are involved. Like, they have pictures. Still haven't really figured out who the main person creating all of this is. They do have possible leads on where the hideouts are, though.
Okay. Once Maven has acquired all of this information for the Twitch case, he's also going to have a couple of questions about the kidnapping case, because of course he is.
I don't know, man. That's not my job. I'm not assigned to that case. Also, do you realize how many kids end up dead or missing around here? I mean, really.
But do you at least know who might be attached to the case? Any connections, any leads, anything?
Honestly, they're probably being sold into slavery. Or sacrificed.
And you have no idea of an area that's being hit harder or anything else? Listen, I promised a mother that I would bring her only boy, her only child back to her, and I don't intend to let her down.
Deception check.
Okay, that's fair.
No.
That's a 10.
He stares at you.
Okay, so that wasn't true, but come on, it was a really good part of the performance, but seriously, anything you have would be helpful.
I don't know, man. I mean, most of them are orphans or just homeless brats. Who gives a damn?
Yes, but the children are our future, and if we teach them well, we let them lead the way.
Vindy, with Grenmore, this is more of a listening part.
Look,
He cares.
Thank you,
Of
and if
course
anything,
he cares. He's
But
a guard,
if
but he doesn't care. My friend.
but
Your
we
best
must
bet-
let their laughter remind us how we used to be.
your best bet is maybe to go talk to the matron of the orphanage. Can't guarantee any answers, but I don't know. She's probably who you need to talk to.
Well, it's better than nothing. Thank you. And Maven slides him 2 gold coins and says, if you hear of anything, please reach out.
Yeah. Go on.
Maven, figure out when you're going to meet him next.
Oh, right. Yes. Sorry. I completely forgot. So, when should we reconnoiter next? Go over plans, details, how we're going to strike them down.
3 days from now, you can meet me back here.
Good. In the open. Where people can look at us and just think we blend in. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, and next time you're buying several drinks for me for having to put up with all of this.
Yes, but and the heelsies on the boo-boos.
Yeah, speaking of that, I got a hell of a headache. Can you do something about that?
See, this is why we recommend you stick to the Goldschlager. Before we got here, I can tell you were drinking the Kapperschlager. You must stick to the Goldschlager instead of the Kapperschlager. It will give you a headache. That is my advice. But instead, here is the heels on the boo-boo.
Thanks, pal.
Don't thank me, thank the Star God.
And if you don't want to thank the Star God next time, just make sure
Thank
you drink
the
water.
Star God.
Vindy, again, you say the Star God too loud. The Colo Diavolo hears you. You don't get to preach about the Star God anymore. I don't know how you'll handle being crucified and eviscerated at the same time. But that's what they think is a fit punishment for worshiping
The
someone else.
star god is not. He's bigger than anything. He represents the very power of the universe and the stars and the planes and the planets. He
That
will
might
not
be true.
be. You will walk outside tonight and you will look into the sky and you will see the very power of the star god and you will be in awe and you will realize that there is nothing, even the volcano that stands close to the very power of the star god.
Grenmore, I'm sorry about all this. I'll make it up to you. I'll find you something good, I promise. But I got to get these guys out of here before they attract the type of attention that nobody else wants.
See,
So,
now I'm
guys,
just thinking of how that might be true, but the power of a knife is stronger than the power of my stomach, and therefore I don't want to get crucified.
As you are all talking, several patrons turn, look, whisper, drink more, and just give you all the side eye.
I was promised lunch.
Oh no, you guys have lunch. You guys are enjoying a fabulous meal of fish and chips as this whole conversation is going on.
Excellent. Sounds good.
We do have another appointment that we do need to meet for. So let's keep that in mind.
While we are walking, I'm going to attempt to sneakily stab Vindy. Just to do a test.
Oh my god, okay. Stealth?
Not like hard, just like as much as I still stabbed Maven before, but just like a proof that like the Star God's not going to protect him from people that want to stab him.
But we will heal these boo-boos.
Okay, stealth versus passive perception. Unless you are actively looking for this, in which
25.
case use your actual perception. Okay. Yeah.
And I'll say, my friend, I am sure that the Star God is fine. I don't care. But you're new. Maven adores you, and I don't want you to get murdered on your first day. So please.
And yet,
Please.
the only one who has acted against me today are my friends. With friends like this, why should I be so afraid of the enemies?
Okay, you want to know why you should be afraid? I'm going to take him to where they crucify the heretics.
Oh,
Gross.
you bring him to the mass graves, basically. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do I
Yeah.
have to tag along for this?
I mean, if you all want to go see a bunch of nameless people in like this big mass grave where they get rid of everyone who they don't like here, sure.
And I'll be like, this is the type of thing that they do here. To people who go around shouting about the Star God.
It's kind of on the edge of town near the worst districts, and every now and then they kind of clean out the area by throwing all the bodies into lava.
Maven likes you.
But this is
Nev seems to like you.
This is oopsie doopsie. This is unpleasant. This is the smell alone. The smell alone. Oopsie doopsie.
Brutal, right?
Yeah, it's
And this
not great.
is why, no matter what, we don't get caught.
It's okay, Vindy. He had to teach me that too. But to be clear, I never yelled about the Star God.
My crimes are the healings of the boo-boos.
Yeah, see, they hate that here. Us, we love it. The Diavolo, they hate it. And if they find out you're doing it, you're going to end up on one of those posts. You see that post where that guy is, his stomach is cut open and they pulled his intestines out and he's still alive? You see
Oh,
that?
the wind is
Oopsie
making
doopsie.
his organs sound like a wind chime. I hate it.
Oopsie doopsie.
Yeah,
Those
that's
are
what
not
they'll
the
do.
pipes. Those are not the organs I like. I like the
That's-
pipes.
See, that's why we stay quiet about what we do that they don't like, and then we don't end up on that post.
Tonight you'll look into the sky and you'll see that quiet. All is the only time to be quiet.
Okay.
Vinny, you're a nice man. I don't want to have to. I don't want to see you thrown into the lava someday. Please, 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 stop shouting about the Star God where other people can hear you.
You could do like I do. You could perform, but you're performing a character specifically that does not believe in that person deity thing.
DM, is this mass grave by like one of the lava flows?
It's a few miles off. Hence why bodies only get cleared out every now and then. Like I said, you're in the really not nice part of town for this area. The very, very bad part of town. The part that tourists and anyone who visits does not get to see. They are purposely steered away from here.
The part of town that is full of ziboo-boos.
Maven,
And the oopsies doopsies.
yes, the oopsie doopsies, but oopsie doopsies about which religion you follow, said to the wrong people, get you put on one of those posts. It's not that kind of town, my friend. The mainland, very open. They don't know any better. Not civilized, barbarous, all sorts of religions. They argue about them, fight wars about them. Here, there's one. And when you mention another one, they put you on the spike.
From now on, I hear you. I will stick to either the oopsie or the doopsie. I will avoid the fool oopsie doopsies, and that way I don't get the boo-boos.
He's a
That
faster
sounds-
learner than I am.
I think that's Maven. I don't understand what he's saying. He sounds like he's saying something you understand. What's he saying?
He is saying that while, like myself, he is kind of an idiot, he will avoid doing those specific idiotic things because he does not want to be placed in a situation that his healing abilities will not be able to cover him. Is that about right, Vindy?
Well, yes, and the oopsie is, the minor mistake, and the doopsie also a minor mistake. But if you make an oopsie and then the doopsie together, two minor mistakes make a major mistake, and that leads to the boo-boos.
Okay, yeah, so he will slip up from time to time, but he is going to do everything in his power to ensure that he doesn't slip up too much to end up impaled on one of these spikes. Can we leave now? I don't like this place. Can we go?
Yeah, Maven, we can go. So, where to now? The orphanage?
I just realized, did I pick a place to meet Faye and Fadondadon, Ferendot,
You can call him Farron. Just call him Farron.
Baron.
Yes.
And it sounds like Faye. Fadondadon.
You will meet them at a very nice cafe that we will get into next week.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we will slowly show you guys the nicer parts of this area at some point. God, I hope so.
The places where they ask before they stab.
The places where they kidnap orphans.
Unfortunately, I can't have things be nice here because otherwise there's nothing driving you guys to hopefully become better people.
We're trash goblins, so we can't have nice things.
This is why we cannot have the nice things.
We're a combination of the oopsie and the doopsie. That's
Well,
just the
you
way
know
it is.
what? You know what? You guys will see hopefully some good in this place next week along with our viewers. Goodbye.